Hello there. I hope this video finds you well. I'm going to be doing a tarot card reading for the next week, and it is the full moon in Aquarius, second full moon in Aquarius. That's exciting. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you see it, it's meant to be for you, and then the card drawing would be for the week after. I am Healer That Is Wounded. I started this because I want to mesh spirituality and psychology together. I feel like there's a lot of parallels there, a lot of things that in spirituality that therapy doesn't get to, and I feel like it's more inclusive in bringing everything together. The cards I'm going to be using today are the Black Moon Astrology cards for the 5-card spread that I like to use, and I'm going to start shuffling these here. I'm also praying over the cards as I shuffle them, and I'm praying to my angels, my ancestors, and my guides to help guide me and give you guys a reading that is good for the viewers for the next week. So I need 5 cards, please. So I need to sort these out before they get too far ahead of me and I can't tell which is where. So I just need 2 more cards, please. Oops. So I also have my own therapy practice. I'm a mental health therapist, so I have a master's degree in therapy, and I've had my own practice for about 8 years, and it's still going and still doing well. What I want to do is just add on to that and enriching the experience. I've also watched a lot of tarot card readings and astrologists and have heard them say some pretty unhealthy things to people. And as a therapist, I'm kind of cringing, like, I do not believe that that is healthy, and that is not in line with the theories and experience that I have. So I'm hoping that I can bring a little bit different things to the table. So for the bottom of the deck, we have Libra and Balance. I feel like there's so many things that could be balanced in your life that we don't think about. Can be kind of mind-boggling when you think of all of it. So the first card we have is kind of what's going on, and that's the 4th house. That's about your roots, where you come from, your family of origin. And then it looks like the second card, which talks about what you do know, is that we're going to be having a lot of benefits in that area. Jupiter return and Sagittarius go together, and they have a lot of luck, a lot of good things coming your way. So the third card in this spread talks about what we don't see. It's kind of like the surprise or the hidden thing. And that card, as you can see, is Pluto. And Pluto is a tough little planet, let me tell you. The more I get to know about astrology, the more Pluto is becoming of interest. It is a very powerful planet, and it's, of course, on the outer edge. And I'm not debating if it's a planet or not. In astrology, it's counted as a planet. So it talks about transformation, and in that transformation, it's more about like beginnings and endings, and it's not like something ends. It's like something dies, and it's not to be here again, and then something new comes from that. So I guess what we're not seeing is that there is a new beginning coming and something ending, which is kind of exciting. I always like change, see what's going on. So the 4th card is what's helping the outcome, and what's helping the outcome is the lunar eclipse, which is change. So something is happening in our roots, in our family of origin, and it could be even our home or our home life, and it's bringing good luck with it. That's a pretty cool thing, but it's gonna be big changes, something brand new. The last card is Neptune, and Neptune says sacrifice. Neptune is a very interesting card to me because Neptune goes along with Pisces, so it's very watery. It has a lot to do with spirituality and mystics, but then it also has to do with some confusion. It's kind of like walking a razor's edge. So that can be kind of confusing, but I think with the bottom of the deck being the theme, balance, that we can assume that even though it may be a little bit confusing and hazy, that it's bringing about balance to our life. And sometimes we have to have big changes to bring about balance. We're just not always able to see it at the time, and sometimes we don't like it. So keep that in mind. Something that I've learned that is helpful with any kind of healing or astrology cards is that if we don't label things, and labeling can be classified as an irrational thought, if we don't label things as good and bad, it tends to take a lot of the negative emotions away. So if we just look at things as they are and accepting them, rational or radical acceptance, then we're a lot better off to just accepting it than labeling it. And that way, we're just kind of observing and we're not getting attached to a negative or a positive emotion. So just a little food for thought there. So now I'm going to do a 3-card spread with the tarot cards on top of it, just to give us a little bit more in depth about what's going on. Oh, these cards, sorry about that, are beautiful. I love these cards. One of my favorites. And I love the way the deck works because it's soft and it's smaller. I have little hands, so it fits very nicely for me. So again, praying over these cards to my angels, ancestors, and guides. Giving me guidance for you guys for the next week. Let's see what we can get. 3 cards. Oh, wow, that's quick. And I read uprights, so, whoops. I can turn that around. Another part of tarot that I appreciate is that as a therapist, I find it brings a lot of mindfulness. So instead of being in the past and being depressed, oh, we had one that flipped over. So instead of being in the past and being depressed, we can stay in the moment while we're looking at the cards, and we can kind of keep that focus so we're not depressed or anxious, which is kind of cool. Also, in using the tarot cards, we're giving up our worries, our anxiety, our depression, any kind of negative emotions. We're giving that up to the divine or the universe, which I think is also beneficial. So the bottom of the card is the 6 of Swords, and you can see our little guy has a lot of skeletons with swords in them in his boat, and he's sailing on. So hopefully that means things are going to be smoother. It goes along with our balance, because I think when we're in balance, things seem to be a lot smoother. So that's kind of awesome that they go together. I like it when it does that. It almost like verifies it. Like, yes, this is what that is. So the first card that we have is the Star. I always like the Star. It's very hopeful, very beautiful, that things are going to be okay. Next one is the 9 of Cups. And so the 9 of Cups is about wish fulfillment, good things coming true. And then the King of Pentacles is on the end, which you can see as a treasure test. Your pentacles are always the last piece of the puzzle that come together. So the pentacles are usually taking a long time to get. And it looks like there's a lot of masculine energy, nothing to do with gender, but masculine energy of bringing in your pentacles, which is cool. And I'm just going to use these cards here as a clarifier for that 9 of Cups. Because as I was saying that I feel like it's a wish fulfillment, my gut was like, yeah, I don't know, Michelle. And we had the Death card come up as I'm shuffling. I didn't even get to shuffle it, so we'll leave that there. I wanted 2 cards. So again, I need to pray over this deck real quick. Guides, angels, and ancestors. I didn't even shuffle. It's a little bit different shuffling on camera because I have to stretch my arms out and it's not a very natural position. So I apologize for that bad shuffling. I love these cards. They're so pretty. They're a newer deck, and I like the gold on it. So we had the Death card come out as I was shuffling, and I always take that because I feel like it meant to come out. And then we have the Page of Swords. So the Death card goes along with our Pluto card of transformation. It's funny, it landed actually right on top of it because I had them layered. So Death is not a scary card. I hope people have said that. Death is not about somebody dying. I've never had it mean that somebody's dying. What the Death card is it means that something's ending. Again, something's dying and will be gone, and then there's something new to come that's going to replace it. And the Page of Swords she's very young and kind of carefree. So it seems to be rooted in a lot of rationality, but is a little bit playful too. And the bottom of the deck is the King of Cups. And I don't know what is nicer than having the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, because I feel like those go really well together. The King of Cups the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, not the same as the King. I'm sorry, I saw that wrong. So the Knight of Cups is the romantic person in the deck. And so that means that may be somebody maybe coming in to help some of this change. It may be a romantic partner coming in. And the reason why I say that is because it has to do with our roots or our home. So it's something that's going to affect us in our home life. And the Knight of Cups is a younger guy. So he kind of comes in swiftly. He kind of comes in very courageously. But again, the most romantic card in the deck. So that's pretty nice to see. And none of these have to do with gender, as I've said before. It's just about energies. So I hope that this reading has helped guide you for the week. And I never think you should make any decisions based on tarot or change any things that you're doing. I'm hoping that tarot can give us some guidance or maybe some reassurance of saying like, hey, what you're thinking is true and what you're seeing is accurate. Because when you have anxiety, what happens? Like, you always question yourself, right? Like, you're like, I don't know if this is true, or maybe this is right, or I'm not sure. And so I think tarot kind of clarifies that, like, yes, it's very validating that this is correct. This is what you're seeing. And even though the Neptune card can bring some confusion with it, based on all the other cards, it seems like it's going to be a lot easier, a lot more smoother waters, and it's going to bring a lot of balance and harmony. So those are all good things to look forward to. So I hope that you have a wonderful week. I wish you love and light, and I'll talk to you soon. Please like, subscribe, or share this video if you find it helpful. Thanks much. See you later.